What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you all the heads up on everything that you can expect for the up and coming week. This week's is a new challenge inside the King's Fall raid. We have new featured raid and dungeon content, all the weekly rituals, the up and coming lost sectors, all the weekly challenges, and more importantly what Tess has available for Bright Dust this week. There's a lot to get through in this video, so be sure to stick around and enjoy. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just under 65% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now today's video is brought to us by PUBG Mobile. This is the world's most popular battle royale free-to-play mobile game with over 50 million daily players, delivering an authentic battle royale experience at your fingertips. Now you can choose to jump in solo, as a duo or a squad into classic battle royale or one of its 10 awesome game modes. Now new exclusive and fun content is added week over week, and just this month a brand new map was added, and this is called NUSA. Now this map is completely brand new, is one of the smallest maps ever created, and is perfectly optimized for quick burst mobile sessions and fast intense battles. It even includes burnable houses, destructive water tanks, and even a beach buggy. Now PUBG Mobile has regular collaborations with other top IPs, brands, and even celebrities to allow you to customize your character and even your weapon. Now as we said at the beginning, PUBG Mobile is completely free to play, so make sure to download it today via the link down in the video description below. Grab your winner chicken dinner, and I'll see you in game. Now another week and another This Week in Destiny, and this week sees Devious Thievery launch inside the King's Fall raid. This is the weekly challenge, and for this players must steal the brand of the initiate within a couple of seconds of taking the brand claimer buff. Now this is thought to be around 5 seconds, so you have to be very fast and very clear, and your team's DPS needs to be absolutely on point if you're looking to pull this off on master difficulty. If you can nail it with your team though, you will get your hands on an additional raid chest, some sweet harrowed loot, and also some high stat focused armor. Now from here we're going to move over to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week. This week's featured raid is most definitely the Last Wish raid. Last week was in fact the Vow of the Disciple, and I hadn't updated the rotation of the raids for season 18, so massive apologies on my part. But as the featured raid this week, all the challenges will be in rotation. You can farm the Riven encounter for ethereal keys and hand them all in after completing the Queen's Walk. It's the perfect way to get your hands on the 1000 Voices exotic fusion rifle if that particular weapon is still missing from your collection. Now as for the featured dungeon for this week, Pit of Heresy returns, so we'll be heading over to the moon, and if you can take out the final bosses in both the raid and dungeon, both will be offering pinnacle rewards. So if you're still on the power grind for the few weeks leading up to Grandmaster Nightfalls, then make sure to get these two activities done and pick up that sweet pinnacle loot. Now from here we're going to move over to the Dares of Eternity and its 30th anniversary pack activity, and we have 3 armor sets up for grabs this week. We have the Anti-Extinction suit set alongside the Sovereign suit set, and finally the Simulator suit set, and these are all from Faction Rally back in Destiny 2 Vanilla. Now Xur does in fact have the Future War Cult armor set available right now, so if you're still filling out your transmog collection, then make sure to pay him a visit if you're watching this video prior to the weekly reset. Now as for the weapons this week, there's a range of weapons from Season of the Worthy. This includes the Enigma's Draw sidearm, the Dire Promise hand cannon, the True Prophecy, the Timeline's Vertex fusion rifle, the Honor's Edge sword, the Interference grenade launcher, the Distant Tumulus sniper rifle, the Arsenic Bite bow, the GN7 pulse rifle, and also the Escape Velocity submachine gun. Now some of these weapons are still well worth chasing, so if you don't have good rolls on them, then make sure to pay Dares of Eternity a visit this week, and these can drop during the activity when you complete it, or by handing in strange coins to the Star Horse over in the treasure hoard. Now from here we're going to move over to the weekly rituals, and we have a new Nightfall for the up and coming week, and the Devil's Lair returns in season 18. Once again we'll be heading over to the Cosmodrome to take on Sechrist Prime. Now as for the Nightfall exclusive reward, Silicon Neuroma is also back in rotation. This is the hard hitting high impact sniper rifle, which can have some pretty powerful rolls, things like triple tap and firing lines. So if you don't have a good roll on this, then make sure to jump into to the Devil's Lair this week to pick one up and add that to your collection. Now as for the Crucible, Mayhem returns as a Crucible rotator for only the second time in Season 18, so if you missed out completing some of the seasonal challenges back at the end of August for Mayhem, then this is another opportunity to get them done, pick up some awesome amounts of XP and also additional sources of Bright Dust. Now as for the bonus ranks this week, this can be found over in the Gambit playlist. This is a perfect opportunity to earn the Cry Mutiny and also its ornament, which are both required for your seasonal challenges. Also earn some of the new weapons that are exclusive to the Gambit playlist and even gild your Dredgen title. There's a lot to get done in Gambit this week, so make the most of the bonus ranks to save yourself some time. Now next we're going to move over to the Lost Sectors for the up and coming week, and kicking off on Tuesday upon the weekly reset, Perdition will be back in rotation with Barrier and Overload champions, but if you can nail it, then some new exotic gauntlets are up for grabs. On Wednesday the Conflux returns, this time with Barrier and Unstoppable champions, and exotic chess pieces are your reward. On Thursday we head over to the Moon and the K1 crew quarters. Barrier and Overload champions will be waiting for us, but if you can pull it off, then exotic helmets are once again up for grabs. Now on Friday we'll be heading over to K1 Logistics with Barrier and Overload champions, and this will be a perfect opportunity to pick up a brand new pair of exotic boots. On Saturday this weekend we'll be heading over to K1 Communion with Barrier and Overload champions, and this will be another opportunity to pick up a pair of exotic gauntlets. On Sunday we'll be heading over to the Skye dock with Barrier and Unstoppable champions, giving us another opportunity to pick up an exotic chest piece. And finally on Monday, Scavenger's Den is in rotation with Barrier and Overload champions once again, this time with some exotic helmets up for grabs. So if you have any of the exotics that are brand new this season missing from your collection, then be sure to plan your week accordingly and jump into those Lost Sectors to pick up that sweet exotic loot. Now next we're going to move on to seasonal challenges, and there are just 7 once again available for week 6 in Season 18. We have Antiquarian 6, so here we need to return the 6th relic to the helm, whilst also defeating Cabal throughout the system, and defeating powerful combatants will award bonus progress. Alongside that we have Raise a Glass. Here you need to perform emotes at the end of Catch, Crash or exhibitions for additional rewards, and doing so in Master difficulty will award extra progress. Next we have Catch Crasher 2, so in Catch Crash you have to destroy the shield generators in the maintenance bay, hack terminals in the treasure hoard, and destroy storage tanks in the ether storage. Alongside that we have Hailstorm, so here we need to defeat targets with arc or stasis abilities, and defeating combatants in exhibition and defeating guardians will award bonus progress. That's alongside Apex Armorer, and here you need to masterwork a piece of armor. Alongside that we have Absolutely Stunning, and here you need to stun 50 champions. And the final challenge for this week is called Intended Authority, and here you need to acquire the Crucible ornaments for the Cry Mutiny grenade launcher. Now some of these seasonal challenges offer repute if you're still leveling up your star chart. They also offer excellent sources of XP, and most will also offer Bright Dust, which brings us nicely onto the final section of this video, and that's what Tess has available for Bright Dust for week 6 of Season of Plunder. Now in the Bright Dust featured shelf we have an exotic ghost shell called the Junkyard shell. This was introduced in Season of the Lost, so if you missed out on this one, this will see you back 2,850 Bright Dust this week. Alongside that we have a new rare emote called Thinking Headache. This is the first time it's available for Bright Dust, but has been setting people back 200 silver, but you can pick it up this week for just 400 Bright Dust. Alongside that we have a new ghost projection called X Marks the Spot. This was also setting people back 200 silver, but you can pick it up this week for 1,500 Bright Dust. And as for the shader this week, this is brand new. This is called Breezy Clear, and this was introduced just this season. This is the first time it's ever been available, so if you like the look of my Warlock, which is very unique by the way, this will set you back 300 Bright Dust this week. Now over in the main Bright Dust store we have an exotic emote called Splish Splash. Now this was introduced in Season of the Splicer, so if you missed out on this one, this will set you back 3,250 Bright Dust. That's alongside Sweep the Area, a legendary emote that was introduced in Season of the Chosen, so if you also missed out on this one, this will set you back 700 Bright Dust this week. Alongside those we have an exotic sparrow called Urban Commander. This was introduced in Season of the Worthy, so if you're a collector and missed out on this one, this will set you back 2,500 Bright Dust. That's alongside Energetic Explanation, another rare emote introduced this season, also setting people back 200 silver, but once again you can pick it up this week for just 400 Bright Dust. Now next up we have Universal Armor Ornaments, and these are for the boots for the Fortnite skins set. For your Hunter, you have the Eternal Vengeance Strides. For your Titan, you have the Knightly Noir Greaves. And for your Warlock, you have the painted Katsun boots. Now, each one will set you back 1600 Bright Dust. So if you're looking to pick up the skins on absolutely every class, then make sure to pay Tess a visit and add them to your transmog collection. Now, the penultimate item this week is a ghost projection called Infinity Door. This was introduced in Season of the Splicer as well and can be picked up this week for 1500 Bright Dust. And the final item on offer this week is an exotic weapon ornament for the Truth. And this is called Objective Reality, and this was introduced in Season of Arrivals. So if you missed out on this one, or you didn't want to spend 700 silver on it, then you can pick it up this week for 1250 Bright Dust. So there we have it, guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 6 of Season of Plunder. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always, guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.